Software testing is a method to check whether the actual product matches the expected requirements and also ensures that it's defect-free, that it responds correctly to all kinds of inputs, that it performs its functions within an acceptable time, that it runs properly on the intended environment, and that it's usable. In the introduction of this course, I mentioned that one of the 4 major requirements for an application to be considered production-ready was to successfully pass all the test procedures, whether they're manual or automated. Although we've been manually testing our application at every single step of the development process, this is unfortunately not enough to assert that every component is defect-free, or in other words, that they perform as expected and that they're capable of handling errors properly. So to achieve that, we can use an automated testing method named unit testing that will allow us to test our components in complete isolation against different scenarios and pinpoint any unforeseen defect that might cause the application to malfunction. Unit testing is considered to be the first level of software testing, which is performed before other methods such as integration testing or system testing. Unit testing is a way of testing the smallest piece of code that can be logically isolated in a system, which in other words means testing a specific function that doesn't connect to or rely on external dependencies such as databases, the file system, or HTTP services. It is an important step in the development process because if done correctly, it can help detect precise flaws in code, which may be more difficult or impossible to find in later testing stages. So here are the general guidelines to follow when it comes to writing unit tests. They should be fast and keep as short as possible, as otherwise the developer won't run them. They should be readable, as they act as the best form of documentation since they do not go out of sync with the code they document. They should be deterministic, which means that no matter how many times we run them, they always behave the same way if the underlying code has not changed, as otherwise there's no reason for developers to trust them. Finally, they should follow the same naming convention. Behavior-driven development has an elegant way of writing that, which is should, expected behavior, when, and state under test. Like for example, it should throw an error when the divisor is 0.